Cirque to CFL 3 was this weekend, and I competed my second major in a month. And honestly, the tournament was a lot of fun. It was in CFL, so that's where I'm from, so I was able to drive to the tournament both days, and it was very enjoyable. I had all of my Stride teammates there, as well as like a player manager and a photographer for Stride, as well as like an intern and one of the Fortnite content creators that they have. So it was a lot of fun having all of the Stride fam there all at once. We were able to support each other, and honestly, Stride did very well, and honestly, so did I. I'm very happy about it, so let's go over the tournament, doubles and singles, and I'll talk about it. Also, I will be analyzing a couple of my sets in a different video, me versus Aaron and me versus WebJP, so be on the lookout for that, but that's not what this video is. So first off, let's go over doubles. I teamed with MVD again, and the first match we had was against Arsenic and Reichny, which I think was Joker Zelda or something like that. It was Joker and another character. I don't actually remember the second character. I apologize, Reichny. I'm sorry. But we went Rob and Me Brawler, and it went very well because we're trying Rob Me Brawler matchups that we don't like playing Snake Pika in, or even Snake Brawler, so we want to try it out. It went well, but then this tournament wasn't particularly big in terms of attendees. It was 258 total people, so we didn't have a lot of time to ramp up because our second set was immediately Anathema and Javi on Earth, two very talented players. We did win 2-0. Game 1, I think, was Pika and Snake, and then game 2 was Brawler and Snake. We got a very, very early kill at 0. Like, it was like down throw, fair, Thrupper. The C4 transferred, so the C4 blew up, and then it just went jump and Thrupper on Javi, and they were just down the entire time, which was quite rough for them, which put us into winner's quarters where we had to fight Temptation and Beast Mode, Paul, Fox, and Hero from CFL, and we won that pretty comfortably. I was able to get a couple edge guards. We were able to just not really get hit by Hero stuff as well. It was very good. And then we went on to fight in winner semis, Shootone and Cosmos, which was double Aegis. I messed up a couple of times, which was unfortunate. I think a couple C4s exploded in weird spots, or like there was miscommunication, so I would dash back and get hit by a C4 instead of being like closer to MVD and, you know, then getting a sticky. But they played really well. They ended up winning the whole thing. So, you know, lost to first place there. But then in losers bracket, we had to play Mr. E and PK Chris, which was a pretty close 2-0. I think both games were very close. Lucina and Ness and I went Brawler for both of those games, I'm pretty sure. And then we had to fight Goblin and Epic Gabriel. Oh no, you can't see it. Goblin and Epic Gabriel, so Roy and Rob. We generally don't do particularly well against Goblin in doubles. Goblin's offensive pressure is just ridiculous. Had so many amazing reads on me, and then Gabe got a couple of really clutch things as well, like a couple back airs, side Bs, so we did end up losing that. Again, I think I was playing a little shaky, and I think there was also some miscommunication due to Goblin's speed, and we just like weren't able to get every single like C4 stuff we needed, but we ended up getting 4th place, so not bad. We could have done better, but not bad. So now let's go into singles. My singles was right after doubles, or actually it was like 2 hours after. Forgot to eat lunch, that was my bad. My round 1 I had to play against Blu-ray, who was a Little Mac player. It was actually 3-1, not 3-0, because I won as Me Brawler against Little Mac, and then Pika versus Little Mac, and then I tried to go Me Sword Fighter on FD. It didn't work, so I lost that, and then I won as Pika game 4. So it was fine either way. I just wanted to play Me Sword Fighter because everyone was talking about me as Me Sword Fighter, and I wanted to be included. Then I fought against Jaden's Mega Man, who was honestly really sick, but I'm very comfortable in the Mega Man matchup, so it wasn't really too much of a struggle. It was like close, and then suddenly it became a 2-stock is kind of how those matches went, and I won that 3-0. Next up, I had to play against Riku, which is a Steve main from South Florida, which was a rematch of CEO last year. I ended up losing 3-0. Very unfortunate things, like a lot of little things happened games 1 and 2, and then game 3 he was just winning by a lot, and I almost clutched with Me Brawler, but game 1 and 2 was Pika, but he played it very, very well. A lot of little things also went his way, so good stuff to him. He's a very interesting Steve, plays very different from a lot of Steves, so it was a lot of fun, but a little frustrating because I wanted to fight Dabuz. Like, I didn't want to have Dabuz in my bracket, but I wanted to fight Dabuz considering I was prepping for him, but I didn't prep enough for Riku, so hey, that was my bad. So I drop into losers. So to make it to day 2, I had to fight Silly DJ, who was a Ness main. I saw it was like a winner of like a Ness and an Aegis player, but it ended up being the Ness, so I just went Me Brawler and 3-0'd, very comfortable in that matchup, and I got like a ton of crazy combos that set in particular, but it was off stream, so didn't see it, so I made it to top 64, which was going to be the next day. I had a good lunch, I was ready for day 2, and it showed. My first match was against Aaron, CFL Diddy Kong, part of Moist Esports. I'm very comfortable in that matchup. It's a good matchup for Pika. I think Aaron played it pretty well overall. He was monkey flipping through a lot of my T-jolts. I think game 1 was like pretty close. Game 2, I got pretty lucky. I was losing, and then I got a back air, which made him fall at, like, he fell out of a back air at literally 0 and was trying to like SDI and hold shield, and then he got directional air dodge off stage, and then I back aired him and clipped his double jump, and then I back aired him out of barrels at literally, like, he died at like 11 after all those hits. So I got pretty lucky there. And then game 3, I just had a lead and got, you know, kept the lead. So, you know, that went pretty well. Aaron had a little bit of shit talk afterwards, which I'm always down for. I like shit talk. And honestly, it kind of amped me up for the rest of the tournament because I was just like, yeah, I like shit talk. Let's go. People are upset. I'm in there. Let's go. I'm back, baby. And then I had to play the loser of, what was it, Dominator versus Mia up here. And that ended up being Dominator. It was a very scary set, though. I played at Santa Paws where he almost reverse 3-0'd me. And this time he was up 2-0. Game 1 was on Battlefield, and he got a couple of good combos. Game 2, he had a couple of clutch forward smashes and edge guards, but Game 3, I slowed it down, and then I played really well. I think Game 3 was like a 2-stock on my end, or maybe a 3-stock. Game 4 and 5 were pretty close, but I did end up clutching a reverse 3-0. It was nice. There was an SFL crowd and a CFL crowd, so everyone was cheering, and it was kind of hype, but I did reverse 3-0 Dominator in some clutch matches to advance me to top 32 at an A tier. That's a major. This is pretty good for me right now. 25th is fine, but 25th is not where it stopped. I had to fight Web JP in loser's bracket. Again, I like that matchup. Pika Sheik, in my opinion, Pika favor. I'm able to do a lot of, you know, kill options, which, you know, for once, Pika has better kill options in a set, right? So I win that 3-2. Again, that will be a set I'm going to go over. And then I had to play against J Mafia, who had a crazy run. Honestly, J Mafia like beat Cola, beat, I think, Mr. E as well. So a couple of good wins on his end. He ended up losing to Syrup's Ness, or Talking Ben's Ness. So we ended up playing. He's actually had a 2-0 record over me in offline. This was pre-pandemic, but he was up 2-0 on me lifetime. So I took this very seriously. I won game 1 barely. I won game, I think it was, he won game 2, but I was, no, did I win game 2? I don't remember who won game 2, but one of the games was very close and I had like a huge comeback, but I ended up like whiffing an up air and got back aired for it, like super close. It was kind of insane. And then I just won comfortably the other 2 games. He tried Me Brawler game 4, but it did not work out. I'm very comfortable in that matchup. I know Me Brawler very well, and I was able to just get a couple edge guards and caught him fishing, essentially. But it was fine. Like, he's a very good player, but I was very happy to win that. And I had to fight against the Japanese wonderful player of Shutone, and I expected him to go Aegis. I saw that he had to fight Light, and I honestly thought Light was going to win, but I had to fight Shutone, and I thought he was going to go Aegis because the last time we played friendlies, he went Aegis against me and kind of rocked me, but I was like, okay, I'm ready, I'm better at the matchup. And then he went Olimar, a matchup I haven't really played that much, especially against like a top level Olimar in 3, 4 since the pandemic. I don't think I've played a top Olimar. I haven't played Myron. DeBuzz went Rosa versus me, and I haven't played Shutone. This is the first time we've ever played in a singles tournament, including Smash 4. So we fought that. I won game 1. I actually got, it's on my channel if you want to watch it. I uploaded a couple of VODs, but I won game 1 with a clutch up tilt IDJ up air thunder, so like kind of like the Leo combo, and then he just started clutching up. He started being right offensively so often. He had like a low percent 2-stock game 2. I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to switch up the momentum. I'm going to go Me Brawler, and then he 3-stocked the hell out of my Me Brawler and was just constantly right all the time. Game 4 was a lot closer. I actually had the lead like pretty handily, second stock. Like I was at like 10 and he was at like 110, and then he won with like 140% on 2 stocks because I couldn't get rid of a couple purples, or struggled to, I guess, and he just started hitting everything I was doing. It was very impressive. Shutone, of course, an amazing player. So that was my run at 13th place, which I would have been excited to play Peebnut, and then if I won that, I would have been excited to play Mia and Zomba, and then I would have lost to DeBuzz for 4th, so that's okay. But it was a very fun tournament in my opinion. Of course, having a tournament in my home region is always going to be nice because 1, I always have the crowd behind me, and then 2, I don't have to travel and get exhausted for that, so I was able to, like, you know, I had team stuff to do on Friday, but I was able to like go home and sleep in my bed and like eat food from home, which was really nice. Of course, the top 8 overall was legitimately incredible. I'm going to have a lot of, you know, videos about this tournament up until like collision stuff happens. So yeah, I mean, Shattuck winning the tournament, first major win, Mutace getting second, so Stride first and second. That's incredible. There were so many good sets. Again, I uploaded like 5 or so sets that I got from the recording setup, so you should check those out if you have not already. And yeah, the tournament was a lot of fun. ESAM is, you know, I played well, I believed in myself, I was confident, and it showed. I got 13th place, losing to Steve, a matchup I still need to practice more and just be more consistent in, and just make sure I'm like treating my body well that day, because I don't think me not eating helped, no Johns, but just like, gotta be more careful about that. And then Shutone, who's Shutone, I talk about him all the time as like one of the most solid players that happens to get upset, and it's a big deal, but he didn't get upset versus me. He did get upset by Peebnut. I'm gonna be talking about the Peebnut stuff. Oh my god, Peebnut. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for believing in me. I will see you all next time. Peace.